Over the past year and a half, my husband, my parents, and I have been running an intentional experiment in multi-generational living. There have definitely been some ups and downs along the way, but after some trial and error, we've found our groove together. In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the things we've learned so far. Now, I know that many of you watching this wouldn't necessarily want to live with your parents, or your children for that matter. There's so many reasons why this lifestyle might not be the best option for everyone. Having your own privacy and space to grow is very important. It's something we really value as well. But if we zoom out for a second, I believe there's something deeper worth reflecting on. In Western culture, particularly here in Australia, the nuclear family is often glorified as the ideal. The measure of success is being able to handle everything independently, paying off your mortgage, raising kids, working 40 plus hours a week, maintaining a clean home, eating healthily, exercising, having a thriving relationship and social life. Just listing that out feels exhausting. So if you're feeling stressed or like you're failing at this impossible juggling act, this is your reminder that it is not your fault. With that context in mind, let's dive into the 5 key lessons we've learned through our journey so far. Number 1, living space configuration is almost everything. The physical setup of your living space can make or break the interpersonal dynamics of a multi-generational arrangement. When we first started, my parents were staying with my husband and I in our tiny rental that didn't allow for much breathing room. Even though my parents and I get along well, those few months were hard and put a strain on our relationships. Once my parents purchased the property we now live on, things quickly improved. Our home has clearly defined wings, one for my husband, daughter and me, and another for my parents. There's also a shared guest space, a communal kitchen, and even a second dwelling for visitors, which helps ease the pressure on the main house. I realise how fortunate we are to have this set up, but even smaller adjustments like creating designated spaces for quiet or shared time can make a huge difference. Number 2, individual versus collective needs. Balancing individual desires with collective needs is a constant dance. For example, I love cooking alone in the kitchen with music on. It's one of my favourite creative outlets. But in a shared kitchen, that's not always possible. Another family member might pop in for a chat, and that used to frustrate me a bit. When my daughter was born, I went through a massive identity shift, and my internal compass moved from me to we. I started living with more awareness of the collective needs of our family. I softened around my need to cook solo and began to appreciate the moments of connection that came from shared spaces. As my mum wisely put, we're not fighting each other, we're fighting individualism. All of this has definitely been easier because we share some core values, especially when it comes to sustainable household practices and other lifestyle and relationship choices. For example, we all care about things like reducing waste in plastic, as well as how we handle cleaning and household maintenance. We don't always make the same lifestyle choices, but we align on the bigger things like parenting values and broader ones like empathy, kindness, compassion, respect, family bonds, noise levels, and we all love food and music. Number 3 is embracing the price of admission. The concept of the price of admission has been transformative for us. It's about accepting the quirks, flaws, and realities of those we live with as the trade-off for the love and connection we share. Importantly, it's about letting go of trying to fix them. Some examples are my tendency to be a bit of a grouch before my morning beverage, my husband's crazy work hours, my mum's obsession with renovations and decorating, and my dad, he loves to leave his favourite mismatched mugs around the kettle, when my mum and I definitely prefer more of a minimalist vibe. But even with all of these isms and realities, we still choose to put in the effort to make it work living together. Number 4 is boundaries. Healthy boundaries are essential. In our household, we've set a few simple but clear rules. Number 1, we don't discuss our couple relationship issues with each other. Number 2, if someone needs something, they text or call. We don't just walk into each other's wings. Number 3, no one is expected to eat in the communal area. We have our own individual dining areas and lounges, and each person has the right to quiet time when they need it. Number 4, if there are guests, we don't expect other family members to join meal times in the communal area. Number 5, nappy changes and other baby-related labour is done by the parents, and the grandparents, my parents, they play a supporting role. We can signal, an SOS if we really need help, but thankfully we haven't had to do that many times. Number 6, it's never expected that my parents will take our daughter. They get to choose. Number 7, my parents don't offer any unsolicited parenting advice, and instead we're really lucky in that they regularly communicate with us how much they believe in our ability to work out what's best and make our own decisions. So this includes respecting our wishes with regards to our daughter's food, screen time. Well, we don't have any screen time yet, but when that happens, they will be respecting our decision-making process. Number 8 is household tasks are managed with informal rosters and task agreements. For example, if you cook, then you don't have to clean up. We also have broad contribution agreements so that we don't have to track every little expense. For example, my husband provides the majority of our fresh produce and meat, and I cook with it 4 to 5 times a week for everyone in the family, and that pays for our rates. It's also understood that if someone is unwell or overcommitted, then others will pitch in. And we also have our own shelves in the pantry and for our own familiar kitchenware that we each brought from our previous kitchens. These small agreements create a sense of mutual respect and help us maintain harmony within the shared household. Number 5 is gifts differing. One of the most beautiful aspects of multi-generational living is seeing each family member's unique gifts come to life. My mum brings warmth, practicality, enthusiasm, and an incredible eye for interior design. When something is broken, 9 times out of 10, my dad can fix it, and if not, he'll find someone who can. My husband has an amazing talent for growing and sourcing high-quality food, and my favourite thing is to turn those ingredients into nourishing meals for our family. And then there's our daughter, who brings so much joy into our lives. Each of us has something very different to offer within the context of day-to-day life, and when we embrace that, we achieve so much more. Becoming a mother has been a huge initiation, one made so much smoother by living in this way. It's been humbling letting go of the perfect mother myth, part of which is the idea that we can do it all perfectly without any help, and realizing just how much help we need in order to thrive. Leaning on others is an act of health and connection, as hard as it can be to accept that. By letting people help you, you're giving them an opportunity to have purpose in their lives and to be part of something. In a world that often glorifies independence, it's important to remember the nourishment that can be found in interdependence. Thanks for spending this time with me, and I'd love to hear, did anything about our experience resonate with you or spark reflection?